Hello friends, welcome to Pre-Men's English. Here you will find Government of India Act 1858. The act was enacted in the wake of the revolt of 1857, also known as the First War of Independence or the Sepoy Mutiny. The act, known as the Act for Good Government of India, Territories and Revenue to the British Crown, on August 2, 1858. Less than a month after Canning proclaimed the victory of British arm, Parliament passed the Government of India Act transforming British power over India from the East India Company, whose inaptitude was primarily blamed for the mutiny, to the Crown. The Merchant Company residued power were vested in the Secretary of State for India, a minister of Great Britain cabinet who would preside over the Indian office in London and be assisted and advised, especially in financial matter, by the Council of India, which consisted initially of 15 Britons, 7 of whom were elected from among the old company court of directors and 8 of whom were appointed by the Crown. Though some of the Britain's most powerful political leaders became Secretary of State for India in latter half of 19th century. Overview of the Government of India Act 1858. Long title: An Act for a Better Government of India. Territorial extent: territories under direct British control as well as the princely estate who had to accept the sovereignty of British Crown. Enacted by Parliament of Great Britain. Royal Assent 2nd August 1858. Commenced 1st November 1858. Status: Amendment. Moving on, features of the Government of Indian Act 1858. First, it changed the designation of the Governor General of India to that the Viceroy of India. He was the direct representative of the British Crown in India. Lord Canning became the first Viceroy of India. Second, it ended the system of double government by abolishing the Board of Control and Court of Directors. Third, it created a new office, Secretary of State for India, vested with complete authority and control over Indian administration. The Secretary of State was a member of the British Cabinet and was responsible ultimately to the British Parliament. Fourth, it established a 50-member Council of India to assist the Secretary of State for India. The Council was an advisory body. The Secretary of State was made the chairman of the Council. Fifth, it constituted the Secretary of State in Council as a body corporate capable of being in India and in England. The Act of 1858 was, however, largely confined to the government was to be supervised and controlled in England. It did not alter in any substantial way the system of government that prevailed in India. Thank you so much.